So, did you know that I was a Toastmaster, Toastmasters International?
I think I vaguely remember you saying that,
I
which
had the
is why
best
I
time in
love
it
having
too.
you in. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
I did.
It doesn't
It was
surprise
great.
me either that you were
Oh,
in
thank you.
Toastmasters. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that adults should, they have Toastmasters for kids too. But anyway, the reason I mentioned that is because at Toastmasters, there are different kinds of speeches you can do. You can work on, your basic 10 set of speeches, but then you could do a whole set of humorous speeches or persuasive speeches. They have different sets that you could go through. For Dynamis or Stoa, what are the different kinds of speeches that kids can do?
Yeah. So we actually have, I think it's 13 speech categories, and we divide them up into platform speeches, which, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, are more like informational speeches. So you have original oratory, which is a 10-minute speech on just a topic of the student's choice. You have persuasive speeches. Again, another 10-minute speech. And then another category is expository. And that's the only speech category where students can use some kind of visual aid, whether it's props or television, computer, whatever. Um, and expository, it's kind of like it says, you're teaching or exposing people to some kind of, you know, concept, idea, that sort of thing. The second category is interps or interpretives. And these are for your kids that like to be dramatic, I guess you could say. Although uh, I believe every kid should participate in every speech category, not every speech, but because if they're doing debate, the speeches like really feed into their debate speaking skills, and that improves their speeches. And
Right.
it's this feedback loop. But anyway, interps, we have duo interps, which are two people, and we have humorous, we have dramatic,
Mhm.
and open interp. And open interp is neat because like a student can write their own interp,
Hmm.
or they can use materials that are a little bit outside the rules of the other categories. But like my third oldest student, he wrote his own open interp, and it was those are usually really fun when the kids write them. Then we have limited prep,
Mhm.
and in limited prep, we have apologetics. We have a category called Mars Hill, which I'll explain in just a minute, impromptu, and extemporaneous. And Mars Hill is like, I feel like a pretty amazing speech category because students are given, I guess you might say, worldly topics, or things like art, poetry, modern music, modern TV and film, classic literature, um, classic music. So all these different categories, and they uh, are given specific, things within those categories. And when they compete, the idea is that they use a theme or a character or something along those lines to um, present a gospel message. And uh, the kids that do it, and some of them will just blow you away. They present it in a way like that the listener is not a Christian, and so it's
Uh-huh.
very conversational. The ideas that put it. They don't use Christianese.
Yes.
That they. So it is like one of my favorite categories to judge. And extemporaneous is like current events. And so the students get 30 minutes to research and prepare a talk on a question that has some sort of relevancy to current events. And they give a 7-minute speech on that. And then we always have a wild card.
Okay.
And the wild card this year is still slam poetry. It's
Oh,
been pretty fun and pretty popular with the kids. I'm not sure that it will be around further than this year, but because they like to, rotate them through. But yeah, so those are the different types of speeches. And